Coming up on Mountain News this morning, new evidence in the search for the person police say killed a healthcare CEO as the timeline becomes more clear. Plus, new committee chairs for the Kentucky Senate are here, and some Eastern Kentucky senators are filling out key roles.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. My name is Madison Carmouche and today is December 6th. Let's check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmall for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, it's Friday. We made it.
We did make it, and those temperatures made it very hard to.
Yes.
As we went through this week, I mean, I had a coat on every single day, and you're going to need one again today as you are stepping out the door because those temperatures are brutal. We are looking in the teens, and those feels like temperatures are even colder. So make sure you're preparing in some places for feels like in the upper single digits because it is going to be cold, and we aren't going to be warming up much. Here are our forecast highs for today. We are in the low 30s with some places in the upper 20s today. Now it will be a little bit warmer as you're traveling towards Jacksboro, where they're looking in the upper 30s. And we do have sunnier skies, so those temperatures in the afternoon will feel more similarly to the actual temperature forecasted. And our live pinpoint Doppler radar is nice and clear for today because we're going to continue to see those clear skies and the sunny weather. And as we look at our day planner, there you can see nice and sunny all day long. Madison.
All right, Megan, thank you. The NYPD is uncovering new clues as the hunt for United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson's killer enters a third day. CBS News correspondent Jared Hill reports from New York.
This morning, authorities are combing through new evidence linked to the brazen killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. NYPD have released 2 new images of the man wanted for questioning. In this one, taken at a hostel where police believe he stayed before the shooting, the man smiling.
The police was like right there, and the Iceland fellow told me that his friend was in the same room as that guy, and he was like, no, I'm sure that's it.
Thursday, officers searched the hostel just a few miles from the crime scene as they pieced together a timeline. Officials say the man checked in days before with a fake New Jersey ID. Then, the morning of the killing, at 6:15 a.m., the suspected shooter walked out of a subway station north of the Hilton Hotel. 2 minutes later, cameras inside a nearby Starbucks captured his partially covered face. About half an hour later, police believe he shot and killed Thompson outside the hotel before escaping through an alleyway, then riding a bike to Central Park, where police say he was spotted on surveillance cameras. Less than 15 minutes after the shooting, he left the park and was seen on a home security camera. Richard Esposito is a former NYPD deputy commissioner.
I wouldn't call this person a professional. Professionals, hitmen, assassins, they're in and out, and they're gone.
As the manhunt continues, CBS News confirmed shell casings found at the scene were inscribed with words typically critical of the insurance industry. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Police say the Starbucks coffee cup that the suspected gunman used was found in a garbage can outside and was dusted for fingerprints. The cup was also sent to the NYPD crime lab for testing. It is being called one of the largest cybersecurity hacks in history. U.S. security officials believe Chinese state hackers breached at least 8 U.S. telecommunications companies, hitting the nation's largest wireless carriers, stealing metadata, and eavesdropping on politicians. Officials say they still have not evicted hackers from the phone networks. They are encouraging people to use encrypted messaging apps technology like WhatsApp, Google Messages, and iMessage. It has been 8 months since lawmakers put the Postmaster General on notice to fix the U.S.'s broken mail system. Yesterday, they looked to collect on those promises. The head of the Postal Service says they are doing everything they can to improve productivity. The Postal Service lost almost $90 billion and was about to run out of cash before year's end. Senator Rand Paul, who believes the Postal Service should be privatized, did not give his stamp of approval on the excuses.
They were losing $1 billion a quarter. Now they're losing $2 billion a quarter. Only in Washington can someone point to losing $2 billion a quarter as a success.
The hearing comes 1 week after the USPS released its election analysis, showing they processed nearly 100 million ballots during this year's general election. Earlier this week, the Kentucky State Senate announced its 2025 committee chairs, vice chairs, and co-chairs. As WYMT's Amelia Lee explains, 2 Eastern Kentucky senators will take the helm of multiple committees.
Natives of southeastern Kentucky, Senator Brandon Storm and Senator Philip Wheeler are no strangers to working alongside each other, having worked together on the Transportation Committee. In the next General Assembly, Senator Storm will serve as chair for the Senate Judiciary Committee, with Senator Wheeler serving as vice chair.
I just think it's awesome that Eastern Kentucky has had a chance to have a voice.
The Judiciary Committee oversees legal matters like civil and criminal laws, the court system, and more. This is why Senator Storm says it just makes sense for 2 practicing attorneys to head the important committee.
I've just, had a wide variety of litigation experience and seeing both sides to the story, both parties involved in a lawsuit or both parties involved in a criminal matter. I just think it gives me a wide skill set.
Senator Wheeler says the 2 have similar views and professional backgrounds.
I think it's going to be a very colloquial relationship of 2 people who are actually familiar with the judicial system.
Storm says there will be a learning curve since the committee is losing Senator Westerfield, who was the Judiciary Chairman for 12 years. Wheeler has previously served as vice chair, making this transition easier. I
look forward to serving under Chairman Storm. He's a practicing attorney as well, very good friend.
I think we'll get along great. I think we're going to do some good things for Kentucky and for the children of Kentucky and for generations to come.
With a focus on southeastern Kentucky and all citizens throughout the Commonwealth.
No matter where you're from, no matter the challenges you may face, no matter the geographical challenges you may face, that if you work hard, you have integrity, that, the possibilities are endless. Just get in there and get to work.
In a statement from the Commonwealth of Kentucky Senate Majority Caucus, Senate President Robert Stivers says Storm is exceptionally qualified to lead this critical committee. Both senators say they are thankful to continue serving the Commonwealth and are working on their goals for this upcoming legislative session.
The committee assignments will go into effect on January 7th, starting with the 2025 General Assembly. Saturday marks 83 years since the surprise attack by the Japanese Navy on Pearl Harbor. The Captain Charles Gatliff chapter of the Sons of the American Revolution and the William Whitley chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution are hosting a remembrance ceremony to remember the Americans who died on December 7th, 1941. President of the Captain Charles Gatliff chapter says the attack on Pearl Harbor instilled a sense of patriotism in Americans.
Enlistment offices were flooded with men eager to serve. Like I said, some of the mountain counties in Kentucky had so many volunteers they didn't have to draft.
The ceremony will be at 11 Saturday morning in front of the Whitley County Courthouse. The event is public to attend. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Just ahead, first responders are stepping up to aid a volunteer firefighter in their time of need.
And a break from the cold weather is in the forecast. I'll tell you when, coming up.